What's up, guys? Eating Dubs Fantasy Sports. I'm Ron, and this player profile is going to be about Justin Jefferson. Probably my ranked wide receiver 2 on the season, right after Cooper Kupp. And we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it, and we're going to start on the player profile like we always do. So, Justin Jefferson scores in the 80th percentile on all the things that matter. We don't have his actual agility and catch radius, but does it really matter at this point? I mean, we've seen Justin Jefferson now for 2 seasons, and we've seen him for 2 seasons with the same quarterback, and he's going into the 3rd season with the same quarterback, Kirk Cousins. I love this comp with Reggie Wayne, but I don't remember Reggie Wayne having that much speed, but I guess he did. Reggie Wayne became one of the most fantastic possession receivers, and I think that same future is in Justin Jefferson's future. Or that same outlook or that same result is going to be in his future as well, as he starts to maybe lose some of that speed, because he's just a fantastic route runner. But anyway, let's just look at his previous stats. So he's a younger receiver, so these things kind of matter a little more, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos. But yeah, he's got great weight and great height for the type of receiver that he is. He's still really young. He's 23. No injuries to speak of. No like big injuries. And let's just look at his previous production. So he's made leaps and bounds, or he's made positive progression in every season that he's been in the league. So in 2020, he went 125 targets, 88 receptions, 1,400 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He had one of the better rookie seasons ever. He then came and said, double down, baby. And he went 167 targets, 108 receptions, 16 receiving yards with 10 receiving touches. So he improved on pretty much every single stat. And when I see this type of stuff and I see this positive production, I see this chart moving up, and I see that variables around have only improved, seemingly. I mean, seemingly. So we'll see. But they retain Kirk Cousins. A guy that was taking a lot of production from him, being Adam Thielen, is getting older, and I don't know when that's going to stop. And they've replaced their decrepit, old-school head coach with someone who's younger and more exciting. And that's the formula. That's the combination that you want to see for a guy who's going to absolutely pop off. Now, and things can happen, injuries can happen. There's no point even talking about that kind of stuff, but let's just head over quickly to the player profiler that I created, the little Excel sheet that I have where I'm just jotting down pros and cons on players. And anyway, so Justin Jefferson, we'll start from the top. As I mentioned, he took a step forward every season. He finished as wide receiver 4, and I already listed his stats. 9.8 targets per game. Gives him a almost 30% target share for the Vikings. Now that's fantastic. That's what you want to see in a true alpha. Now I think with Thielen getting even older, I can see that even going up. I mean, we'll see about that. Things could change. A more balanced offense could be in store with that head coaching change. And as I said, Cousins still there. That's what you want. But that could be a con, and I'll talk about that a little later when we get to the con section. And then again, Father Thielen's going to stop at some point. This dude's an absolute red zone. He's an absolute red zone beast. I think last season he had like 10 touchdowns again, even though he was injured for a part of the season. And yeah, Zimmer's finally gone. So some new, fresh excitement, in the team, in the locker room, a new game plan, a new offense, a new scheme. So things are looking up, as I mentioned, for Jefferson. So now some of the cons, and some of these might not even be cons, but it is possible for Cousins to go full Matt Ryan mode. Matt Ryan fell off a cliff, and he fell so fast and so hard. And Cousins is getting up there in age. There's nothing to show me that Cousins could be at that stage already in his career, but you never know. You just never know when mostly pocket passing quarterbacks, like their arms just become noodles, and it happens in a season, unless your name is Tom Brady. Anyway, Zimmer's gone. So I put this in the con section because somebody has to say it. Nobody is saying this, and I feel like why not? Why not just put it out there into the ether? Zimmer's gone, and Kevin O'Connell should be great. So he was the offensive coordinator for the Rams last season. The Rams won the Super Bowl. The Rams offense was fantastic. The Rams offense also was very talented, and I mean very talented. from top to bottom. They had an extremely talented team. Matt Stafford, probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks ever. Cooper Kupp, they had Robert Woods for a good part of the season. They then get Odell Beckham. They had a bullpen of great running backs on. I'm not going to say great. Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel kind of heading that backfield for most of the season, with Cam Akers coming in the playoffs and end of the regular season playoffs. That's a fantastic offense. Like, you don't have to be that great of an offensive coordinator to be fantastic. And it was still the Sean McVay system. So how much credit are we going to give Kevin O'Connell for what he did with the Rams? I mean, they were a great offense, even with Jared Goff. And I don't know. It's just, it has to be said, guys. I mean, like, let's pump the brakes a second and just see what he does, see what he can do. So that's it. That's just my hedge. It's my very small hedge. And O'Connell, another thing he did is that he hired, and I read this in an article recently, that like he brought in a couple of people from the Rams, a couple of like special teams and assistants, not special teams, I'm sorry, just some assistant coaches came with him from the Rams. But he also brought in the passing game coordinator from the Panthers. I forget his name. It's like Brian something. I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's a good passing game coordinator, but the Panthers are absolute hot garbage, and they've been hot garbage for a very long time. Now that's not to say that the coaches were hot garbage, but I mean, they're dealing with Cam Newton, who, I mean, I don't know if his arm was still there, and that's maybe unfair to the passing game coordinator, to Brian. I apologize for forgot his name, but the Panthers just, yeah, I mean, it didn't inspire a lot of confidence or a lot of creativity. So I don't know. There's just a small note. Like I would maybe keep that on the down low next time. Like, just hide where he came from if it's someone from the Panthers or the Jets. Hey, sorry for the quick cut. Doorbell rang. Let me just finish this up. So, as I mentioned, O'Connell should be great. He should be a good head coach. He should keep some stability while introducing some creativity. Yeah, we'll see. Nothing much in Justin Jefferson's situation is changing for the bad. At least I don't see anything. Now, there could be some line changes, line injuries, and maybe trying to make some of the other guys a little more relevant in the offense. Those are always some concerns for like guys who have such a target share and such a significance on the offense. Yeah, Justin Jefferson's a pretty safe wide receiver 1. He should come off either number 1 or number 2 off most boards, and I don't see why he can't be the wide receiver 1. A lot of people love Cooper Kupp. Justin Jefferson could easily be on that list as a younger, more. Yeah, he commands a lot more attention than a guy like Cooper Kupp at this stage in both of their careers. He's like the new hotness. So, yep, go ahead, draft Justin Jefferson with extreme confidence in round 1. And yeah, if you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Head over to the channel. There's a playlist called Player Profilers, and you can catch all the player profilers I'm going to be releasing over the off season. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.